Right guys, so the last video I did was an underground garden or an underground base, as you can see down here. I'm going to put the tree on top of this. I'm going to do this block for block, but if you want to see me building this so you can kind of get a template for it, as you can see it's got an underground waterfall, it's got a place for storage and everything like that. You could have this underground base underneath your tree, so I'm going to use that as a template obviously for starting off. For this, it's going to be a bit different. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 high. Obviously, all that stuff underneath the ground. I'm going to be doing a block for block underneath the ground there. So for now, we just place these 4 placement blocks like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to place them 2 high like this. And yeah, there's going to be some parts that you're going to have to like freestyle it a little bit. So like this, we just need enough so we can get our doorway underneath this tree like this. Just so we've got a 2 doorways so we can actually get down underneath the ground if you did choose to use obviously one of these. Now this is, you can kind of do it however you like, but I'm just going to put like these out here. So you've got your start off tree that's like this. I'm going to make my tree so it's like a bit thick, a bit more thicker like this. So it's a bit more of a fatter tree. So we're going to bring these all the way up to the top, obviously 11 high at the very top here. And now for your tree, you can kind of mix and match it however you like, so you can have some scattered about. You can get a bit creative with it however you'd want your tree to look. It obviously doesn't have to look like this. You don't have to have a big tree trunk and have it coming up in areas. You can have it double height there and stuff. Just making sure you've got enough space to get underneath the tree there. But I think something like that is fine. I mean, you can bring it up in more places like that and fatten it up. It's, you kind of got to get a little bit creative with it, do your own thing with it, but something like that's fine. I'm going to actually bring these down a little bit more. I think it's a little bit too high on these points. But something like that, you can obviously have the roots and stuff coming out. You can just, yeah, do your own thing. But at the top here, what we're going to do, we're going to get our, I think we're going to put the cobblestone. So we're going to put these cobblestone on top of here. And we're going to turn this into a square. So we should have a 3x3 square. And we're going to go out by an extra 1, 2, 3, 4. On each corner, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can obviously square this off from each corner, just getting it all filled in. And this is going to be our base for our tree. I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I think most of the details going to come in from the actual tree itself. So a lot of this I can't do it block for block by counting every single leaf out. Obviously every tree is going to be different. And it's going to be a very, very long video if you don't kind of get a bit creative with it. But I'm going to show you the technique to make different trees every time. Obviously, this is going to be a certain style of tree. I'm not sure what style of tree I'm going to go for. I'm going to see how it kind of plans out and how it looks. But obviously, we're going to have a nice little base. You can have whatever base you like, but I've chosen to go with a cobblestone. You can have a stone base. You could even have an oak base or something like that. So what we want now is we're going to do it in the birch, I feel, is probably best. Now we want a 2 kind of patch, as you can see, at either side. So you could walk around it by 2. So if you go like this and just make a square in the middle here. Just like that. And then you should have a 2 walk space going all the way around. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 7 little square. I'll just change the time real quickly. Got our time change. Right, so now this is where it gets a little bit like people are going to get a bit stuck. But I'm going to bring these out like this. But I'm going to try my best to make it so people can kind of get the gist of it. So you've got to kind of like ziggy-zaggy it up like this. One on top of the other like that. You can have them 1, 1, 1, 1. Or you can get a bit more messy with it and just be like that sort of thing. Okay, so now underneath here we can have some just kind of coming up just like that. There's no real true structure to it. You can get messy with it. Just kind of, even if you get some over here, you know, it's alright. We're going to be covering it with bushes anyway. And underneath here, just scatter them fairly, I don't know, you know, just scatter them a little bit. Don't be afraid to place blocks. Don't be afraid to, if it looks a bit off, like look at that so far, it's fine. It's completely fine. Like underneath here, you can have some odd ones, maybe coming branching out underneath here and then join it on there. That is all fine. You can have some coming down from here in different places. You can maybe have some branches coming off at the side here as well. Just kind of get a little bit messy with it. Get a bit creative. Something like that, you know. And let's see. Because we're going to have bushes underneath here. So now the next step, bushes underneath. So just work to kind of fill in wherever you can see cobblestone to start off. So I see a bit of cobblestone. Let's fill all that in. So we've got some cobblestone underneath here. Doesn't matter if you go a bit over because we're going to be filling all that in anyway. So you need this technique to kind of make your trees different every time. Hopefully it should come out okay. It's going to be different. Some are not going to look the best, or it might not look the same as mine. But that's why you keep adding. So underneath here you're like, right, I could do with a bit more. So you start thickening it up a bit more. And it's okay if you've got some branches kind of out in some areas. You're just kind of filling it in until it looks kind of nice. So we've got some in here. Fill all that in there. You could get some hanging down. You can have some vines hanging down as well. Just bring it up to the top there. So you can remove some, add some. I'll show you what I mean. Like, look at that. That's kind of enclosed it all in. And like some bits are a bit too kind of like they don't look right. You can fill them in. Like fill these pieces in. It's kind of like you're doing landscape. So you're filling those in. Maybe you want some down here. Let's see. Let's get some filled in. Maybe you want some dragging down in places. Maybe you don't want it so flat, so you've got the odd one and two like dragging down. Don't worry about how it looks at the moment. Just kind of keep building onto it. Now, this bit here, I want to start building it round, like these little bits that we've put here, at the same level as what we've done the cobblestone. So we can build this all the way around here. Doesn't matter, just keep it messy. This is the trick to it. You just got to keep it nice and messy. No worries at all. So we've got that bit there, that's looking good. Underneath there, that's all nice. You can even cover them up here, you can remove blocks. There's no right or wrong way doing this, so you've just got to be a bit brave with this sort of build and just keep adding to it. So as you can see, I'm adding to it. I'm just covering up these sort of log areas. If there's some sticking out a bit too much, like here, you don't like it, fill it in. Take away blocks, add blocks. Like this. Maybe you want some coming down here. So we've got our first bit. I'm going to, just for now, take these sort of layers off so we've kind of got something to work with. I'm going to fill in these bushes here. Just get it all nice and filled in. Get those on there. We've got that on there. And then we can get a nice little railing going round now. So I think for the railing, I'm going to use something like, I might use an oak or something. But at the same time, we can use birch, the same as our house. You can even extend it so it's on top of this. I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to use some oak so you can have it on top of this going round like this area. You can do it on a thing so you don't have the path. You can do it on the pathway so you've only got a one walkway, but we want a two walkway. I think it'll work a little bit better. We've got a little bit more room. And this is what you can do now, is you can have like extension bits where you could have it extended out. So maybe you'd want your logs coming out from this area. So you've got kind of like a little balcony. So like that, you can extend it out. Let's see. So you've got a balcony off there. We could do the same for each one, so you could kind of fill it in. Just do something like that, and then just remove these at the back. Fill them in with logs. You don't even have to fill them in with logs. You can even have them a bit messy like that. You can leave them upright. We can even just have the two there. You could have like this coming out from here, maybe something joining on there, and you could have like a swing set coming from here, maybe this coming down from here. Bring this down. You've got a swing hanging down here. You can bring this down as far as you like, just so it kind of hovers to the ground. I'd say about here, just so it's kind of one off the ground. And then when it comes to putting your half slab, I might put some birch so it kind of goes in with what we're using up there, so we can get some birch slab. I'm just going to replace it for that. So make a full block, turn it into a half block like that. We have now got a little swing coming off the side there. Obviously you can have a little swing going underneath there. You don't have to have it off here, and if you like you can just fill it in with some bushes, however you like. Now for this, I think I might extend it a little bit. So let's bring this up normal like this. We'll have a doorway for each one, and you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with this build. It's kind of it's going to be different every time. So put that across like that, and then I'm going to go up one more and around, all the way around here and to here, and then I'm going to wrap this round it, going all the way around the build. So we can fatten it up at the top, just like that, and then we can start to bring this up. I'd say about 3 high, like that. That should be okay. So if you put some windows in, you'd have 2 high windows there. So bring these up, bring this up like this. Perfect, looking nice. And then this is where we can start to do some more branches off. Now, what you can do is you can go like this, so we can have some top windows like this. Bring this along, and then we can put this a little bit higher, like that, because I think it would work out a little bit better for it. And then we can start putting our tree branches around here. So if you would like, you can have like, say that a tree branch came through here and it was just coming out here, and you can have it scattering out at different angle like that. You could have them on all 4 corners, so say leave the one gap there, have them like this, so it's in between here. So there's kind of some structure to it, but you can also have it random, so it doesn't matter so much. So we've got one here. So that's kind of going up and out to the side. I'm going to do the same with this one. So we bring it up, one out, and then just start to scatter it out. Roughly try and keep them about the same height there. I think that's about the same height. If you want to put them a bit higher, you can put them a bit higher in areas. It's all going to be hidden with bushes. So this one, the same. This one's going to be going out to that side. That one's going to be going out to this side. So start scattering it up like this, keeping it at the same height as what we've got the rest of them, like that. So we've got that one, and we're going to do the same here. So bring this out. This is all random. I'm just kind of making this up on the spot, just being a bit creative with it. So this is going up and out to the right hand side because it's on the right hand side, and then this one's going up, or that's up and out to the left. This is up and out to the right. So like this. And then we do the same with this one, so left and right. So let's get this one up like that. As you can see the pattern, you're just kind of putting it on top of each other. Just keep stacking it up like that. Very, 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 very nice. Like this one as well, you can, if you don't like it, you want it a bit more out to the side, you want some more logs in it. Something like that, you know. And then this is where you can start to like add little bits of bushes in here. But you're going to pick a front face. I think a front face for this would be where the swing is. So I'm going to go like this. And we can start to put our roof on in the dark oak. I think the dark oak should look good. So I'm just going to do time set, and we're going to put it this side as well. Bring it all the way across. And then we're just going to put our roof, so we're going to put stair roof. It doesn't matter how you're going to do your roof. It's all going to kind of blend in. We're going to have bushes around it as well, so get this in. And yeah, I'll speed it up for the roof because it's kind of like it's a simple thing. So yeah, just basically bringing these all the way across. Simple. Okay, so I've got the roof up. I'm just going to put a plain block going up like this, just over like that. And then what we can do on the inside is we can fill this up. You can obviously put windows wherever you like. So for now, I'm just going to fill it in plain because people will want to do it different. And just having this plain slate, you can kind of look at it and go, right, I want to change this, I want this differently. So on the inside, we've got that. Let's go to the outside here. So as you can see, we've got this plain sort of slate here. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to put bushes going round the top here, just at the top of our windows, and then we can always add detail after. So let's see, this is going around here, it's going around here as well, and then round to this side, so this will join up like that. Perfect. We can even do it around the bottom as well, around this area. We're going to be adding more bushes to it, but so long as we've got this plain template ready, you can then add to it. So we've got bushes in the way, as you can see, like that. We've got some trees in the way. Just kind of work around them. That's all right. We've got that. Should be nice and blended in. Right. Yeah, we've got something nice there. So now this is the kind of tricky bit, I would say, is where it kind of gets a little bit... yeah, kind of freestyle. So what I'm wanting to do here is we're going to go straight through the middle, because we're going to have this coming straight through the middle here. So making sure we're on there. You can actually pull out these holes, or just one hole if you want to come down from here. So this is how you'd get down your tree. Just kind of like take out one hole, do you know what I mean? And then you can get down into your tree like this. So you can pull it out wherever you like. You can have 4 things going down, but it wouldn't leave as much room on the inside. So I'm going to have this going all the way up to the top, like this, making sure it's going through the top there. I'm going to fill these in here, like that. Perfect. So now we've got this very top piece. I'm not wanting to do too much, but I'm kind of wanting to do something like this, you know. There's one there. And just kind of scatter it out just a little bit, and then we can do the same here, just like that. 1, 2, 1, something like that, you know, or a bit more. So that's going to be the top there. You can even have branches coming out here, so say that if you removed one, you could have like some scattered out to the side, you know, just so you've got some branches, so it's kind of coming through all the way through the house. You can do them to the left hand side, leave it like that. To the right, you can do both of it. Now, this is where we're going to cover it in bush. So hopefully it'll go quite well. So basically, you start from the tree and you go up and to the side, left and right to the tree, covering it. It's messy. It's a messy job. So we're going to go up to the side here, like that. That's the right hand side of it. We've got left hand side of it as well. And if you would like, you can put some underneath as well, just like that. So we're going to do that for each one. So as you can see, we've done that to the left hand side. Bring that, we can get some underneath as well. Doesn't matter if it's fatter and thicker in some areas, it's just going to happen. It's just how it works. It's like that. And then we're going to do the same for this one. So just bring it up. It's a lot of work. Say if you're in survival and you were doing this, it would take a lot of work, but you can obviously practice for your worlds and stuff, and you can do it different every time. You can imagine how many different tree styles you can kind of get from this. It's going to be different. It just depends how you finish off the houses. So we've got this coming up here. You can even have them on top, just scatter them on top. Messier it is, I find, the better it turns out. So get this going up here. You can have it bringing round here, underneath here. But for now, you got to keep doing this, and then you'll kind of see how you can start to blend it from there. Once you've got the main structures down for something like this, it's kind of it's quite abstract the way that you do it. So fill it all in there. Right, so we've got that. We've got this one on. Okay, so we've pretty much done that. So as you can see, that's slowly building it up, and we can do the same for this now. So what we'd do for these side pieces, just kind of fill it round like this. Just go around it. You can go underneath, you can go on top of it. Let's get some round it, maybe some underneath here as well. So we're thickening that up, and we can thicken it up on the top like that. So you can keep it messy, it's fine. You can have it like that. It doesn't matter. And then do the same here. So just kind of wrapping it round it, like you're trying to make a circle in a way. So kind of circling around it, and then you go to the next layer. You can put layers underneath, so it looks thicker underneath, like that. Try not to make too many square edges. Say that you had a square like that, just take some out in places. I think that's the best technique for it. So we've got something like that now. You can take things off, you know, stuff like that. And this one, exactly the same. So just kind of following the pattern that we've already done, left and right hand side of it. Left and right hand side. Like that. And then same for here and here. And then you can do it underneath, so it kind of trails down. Just kind of random. And then this is trailing down, so we're just putting layers underneath, so like smaller to thicker. Some underneath here, and then we can put some on top as well. So just start layering it on top. Just keep it nice and messy. It's all right. Just layering it on there. Sounding a bit like Bob Ross. Just a happy little tree. Look at that happy little tree. Just flopping around in the sun. And yeah, so as you can see, we've got something like that. We've got those little bits there. Now this is where we get super messy, where we can go start to blend these bits in with these bits. So like that. We want this bit, start blend it into that, and then this tree here from the bottom, small, and then get into thicker, so it kind of branches out, and so like that. And then even these smaller bits here, you can have them start slowly branching up, slowly branching up. If you want some of these bits here like to show, start to thicken it up around this bit and then have it to the top. So instead of that being covered up, you're kind of using these bits to slowly drift this bit up, drift it into the side and bring it up. Like that, you see? And then bring this over here. Just kind of going over the tops of it. Just filling in any little bits. It doesn't matter if it looks flat at the moment, you can always go back to it, add a little bit more, so just thicken it as it goes. Some people will just do like the netting. I like to do it all so you can't actually see through the tree. So as you can see, you're just kind of building it up like you would see one of the bigger trees. I don't know if I can find one, but like this sort of texture, you just got to study those trees and just got to slowly blend them in. You can have like it winding up the side here. You can have thicker bits that kind of cover the whole thing. So it goes from this bit to this bit. But as you can see in these corners here, you just start to slowly build it up and then round and then go up higher. As you can see, it's quite flat there, so just stick some underneath and then slowly bring it up. It's time set on this. And as you can see, we've got a big patch there. And then we've got this bit here as well. So you've got to bring it round. Slowly start to build that up. So it kind of looks like it domes over, you know. So it kind of goes over like that. There's so many different ways of doing it. You could do it like this, where you could just bring it up. So it kind of, like you're trying to make a circle in a way. You're like doming it over. Like putting a dome. That's the best way I can explain it. Like that. So this one, maybe we can have it so it starts doming over here and coming over the house there, so it's kind of hidden. But it looks like the big oak trees, so that sort of pattern you're kind of going for. So this one here, I'm going to blend it in so it comes up, domes up, over to the house. This one's doming over to here. This one here, obviously it's in our corner, so we're going to build it up. It's like building it up there, thicker towards the top. And then we can start to dome it over at the top, like that. It's very hard to explain and do a tutorial on quite an abstract piece like this. It's quite difficult because usually I don't really think about it, how I play stuff, I just kind of go for it. But to explain it, it's quite difficult. More difficult than you would think. So as you can see, we've got that sort of pattern, and then you start to dome it up a little bit more and start to thicken it a little bit. So it's kind of in layers. You're just going to layer it up, and it's obviously going to get like it's going to be fat there, and it's going to club at the top, and then I'll show you a technique to make it all come together. So we can start going like this now. So we can kind of curl in the tree up, kind of curl in the outside, so it all blends these bushes together. So you're making like a big circle. So imagine you're drawing a big circle in your head, like that. So as you can see, you're kind of doming it up. Right, I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to sleep. Bed. This is what I have to keep doing because I don't know all the mods and stuff, so I have to like be like, oh, I'll place this and then time set and all that. Time set 13,000 and then go to sleep. Yeah, I think there is a way to turn off weather. I think it's / no weather or something, but I have to do this, which is not too good. But like a tree like this, it's obviously a bit of a different tree. Probably not the best in some people's eyes, but to do a tree house from scratch and then do the tree round it, obviously I would make it a lot thicker, but it's just too much time. So I'm going to try a different pattern. So we've got these circles like that, and then I'm going to dome it into the top so it blends into that. So blend into there, blend into there. So it's just all blending up towards a tree, and this can blend up towards here, like this. So we can cover that thing in, that house. So it's slowly curling up, and then we can just fill all that bit in, and then this bit, fill it all in, this bit. Okay, looking nice, looking nice. You can take these bits off. What you can do is you can have something coming out the top as well, if you want like a center point. Let's do this actually. I think this is probably the best way to do it. So when we're actually in our building, we go up to the top, we see where it comes out, and then what I'm going to do is find the center, which is there, and then what we can do is make sure we've got that center. And then either side of them, we could do something like this. So we've found our center there, that's all nice, and then we're going to turn this into a square here, and then we can have a little watchout tower poking out the top. I think that's a good thing that we can do. So we've just got our 4 corners here. You can add the bush in here. You can even have the first layer as bush, you know, like that. Something like that, you know. Obviously you want to dig down, something like that. So yeah, and then bring this up. So obviously this would be how you'd get up into the watchout tower, and then you can do your watchout tower however you'd like. You can kind of keep it simplistic, something like this, or you could even have like a little roof on the top of it. You could have like these little things here, and then you could even have a roof like this, But obviously I've done very detailed watchout towers, so if you wanted to add your own detail, this is kind of like a plain basic template, so you can add more detail to it. So you imagine doing a lot of detail on this, it would take hours, and this is kind of for everyone to take something from it, hopefully. But as you can see, you've got that. You can have like little bits out in other areas. You can even have like bits where you could kind of walk out here and clip this off, have a balcony up in the tree, and then you can have this coming through, maybe a pole coming through in some area just to kind of block it off, you know. So you could have a garden up there. You could then put stuff like, you could even put your dirt blocks up here, so you could add flowers in the top of it. So say if you did something like this, and then you had a way to get into the roof that way, so you could always do something like that. I'm just going to place some grass blocks on top of here, and we can add some flowers in. But you can obviously put your farm in if you're in survival, and this is how you can get a bit more creative with it and turn it into your own thing. But I'm just going to use a little bit of bone meal, if I can find it. It's in one of them, and then just fill it all in here. You know, got some flowers in there. That's looking nice. Very, very good. And then at the top, what you can do, blend it in a bit more. Or you could even have it where you just have like this coming down. Like blending it down in this sort of manner. Or you could even blend it up where you just have it like this. Like that. Dimming it off in some areas. You can have it hidden away. You can add a load of vines and stuff like hanging from it. Just keep blending it around until you're happy, basically. Every tree is going to be different. If you don't like this way, maybe the tree that you do looks a lot better. It's just kind of because it's so random. You don't need to have it perfect. But now what you can do is you can have like little branches coming off, and you can have like, you could even just bring like long things coming through here, zig them down. You can have them going up and then down. But when you're doing stuff like this, you need to do them all over the place. So these would be coming down from here. You'd have some coming down from different locations. Some coming down from here. You can ziggy-zag them around until they float to the bottom. You can even have them coming down from this area as well. You know? And then when you add vines to it and it's all hanging off, it will definitely look good. Let's see. Like even coming up here. It's just really, you need to make it a lot thicker. Bringing these down. Just adding a little bit of structure to it. It's a lot of work for one of these, and this is why people keep telling me to do the other TreeHouse one. But you can imagine trying to do a tutorial block for block. A lot of it is not strategically placed. You know, I think it would be even worse if you had to think about every single block. And that's what you don't want that. So something like this. I think when people are doing abstract art, if they had to repeat the same abstract art that they've done already, it'd be impossible, because it's all about going with the flow of it rather than something detailed. I think that's the difference between something good and something bad. Not that this is any good, but yeah, that's why you got to keep adding to it until it does eventually start looking how you want it. And I'll show you something to make it kind of look a bit more interesting. I'm going to start to add my vines down soon. But you've just got these in different areas coming down. Let's bring one down from there. You can have like smaller ones, bigger ones, some coming down from here as well. Start to add more thickness in. This is where it starts to, you can speed it up a bit, like when you're in creative. Just keep adding to it. It's quite a long process, a long process. And then for these, you can have, just keep adding to it. Make it a bit messy and stuff like that. And then like that. And then what you can do is kind of add just random things coming off it. Trees coming out in different areas. You can have this coming out. And like this. Bringing it up and round. So it's kind of supporting it as it's coming out. Have branches sticking out in areas. Just random it. You know? There we go. And then if you want to add the smaller branches, what you could do is start to add stuff like your fence coming out. Can make it a little bit messy. Get a bit creative with it. Add some bushes around your fences. Let's see. And then some up here as well. Maybe some just dangling down and then bring them out to the side. Something like that. Right, so once you've started to do that, this is the bit where it all comes together and looks a little bit more fulfilled. Right, so once you've got all that and it looks all jaggedy, messy, we're going to grab some dirt blocks and we're going to need some oak trees, and then we're going to need some bone meal. And then this is where we're just going to randomly place this sort of stuff. We're going to have some here all over the place. Get some dirt in that tree. And then we're going to place some oak trees around the area and try and fill them all in with some trees. And then we fill the bottoms in with bush. So we get a little bit more natural feel to it from those trees growing in different areas. As you can see, it's going nice and big there. Here as well, what we can do is we can actually use it to grow some trees. Now what this is doing, it's making lighter work of your tree, so you don't have to be placing even more to make it look good. You've just got to kind of go with it. Let's have a little look back. Yeah, we've got a nice big piece there, and you just got to start shaping it in different ways. Like let's have a look, excuse me. Try and get some here, around here. We'll get some trees filling in all our bits that we can't kind of fill in ourselves, that would take way too long. Some trees will grow, some trees won't grow, obviously. You just got to plant loads, hope for the best. Plus you have a nice tree farm up here, I guess, as well. So you can start adding to it. Hopefully at least one of these will grow. There's one of them. Grow, Biggie, grow. There we go. There we go. There we go. There's some of them. There. You can even take these out, you know. Blend them up. Like that. So as you can see, it's starting to fill our bush in a little bit more. And then we can start to add stuff on the outside. This is why we've put these jaggedy bits here, so we can add like these little mud frames here, so we can we don't have to put trees on here. We can have these as like little balconies that kind of turn round in your tree house, so you can kind of look off at different balcony areas. And what you can do is you can kind of get your mud and blend it in different areas, but we have got like these jaggedy bits where we can afford to do it. So like here where it's quite messy, we can start to add some dirt in here across these bits. And we've done that messy sort of thing because when you actually comes to like people looking into these little bits, it draws the attention away from the fact that you've got like mud in the tree and stuff. It just kind of looks overgrown, it looks filled in, it looks good. Right. Filling it all in, as you can see, just like normal landscaping, just slowly bringing it in like that. And then this is all overgrown here, so we can kind of fill all this in. And it looks like you've got like little bushes, little trees about. And then obviously you can add like plants and stuff in here. You can grow your bone meal and things like that. So you can get some colour in now, just underneath and around these sort of areas. Get some bone meal in there as well. And you can start to get these. Build your fences round. Like that, you know. And it feels kind of lived in, kind of overgrown. So we've got that, that's built in there, that's nice. I want one here where we've got a bit of this here. What we can do is you can have this bit here, and you can kind of walk out onto this bit. So it's odd, even, it doesn't, you don't have a specific pattern with it. You can have this kind of going round the bushes that we've already placed down. So it gives us a nice little structure. And then you can start slowly building it in. So you've got these vines that look like they're going all the way through and stuff. Had you worrying for a second? Had you worrying? Right. And then getting these through. And just slowly building it down, but like not pushing them out like this, you know? They've got to stay in. They're slowly, gradually going in there. And then you can always add more bush underneath here and stuff. Vines that are crawling through. Add these bits coming through, like maybe join this fence onto here. And coming round. Getting a bit messy with it. Let's put another one there. And bring this one round. With this, let's jaggedy that all the way around. Get some more bone meal in there. You can put some like water sources in there and stuff. And then at the top here you can add some more trees in different areas where you feel it needs it. But obviously if you do a couple of these around, you could have like a whole little Minecraft tree village or something. I think it would look quite good. You've got to keep to the messy sort of style. Like that. Slowly blending it in. You could even have some more houses coming out here. You could have like a rooftop house coming out here. I'll show you what I mean. So say that we built another house that was just kind of poking off the edge here, you know. Let's do 5 gaps in the middle. Bring this back to, that'll do. Just something like that. A nice small house. Can even bring it through so you've got like main supports going through it. 4 high there, 4 high there. Can even have these bits that are overlapping here, you know. And then it's kind of fenced together like that. Then you could get some of this going through like this. And then you've got your roof on, kind of blend it in with what you've got down already. Like that. We've got that here. So we're just putting stair block, like this until they meet at the top. Keeping it really simple, but I think it really adds to it. Just keeping it simplistic when you've got such a mess around. If you keep it kind of plain and tidy looking, I guess. Tidy with messy, then it just kind of looks overgrown. You can bring that going all the way back into there if you would like as well. So it looks like it's blended in with the tree a bit more. But if you don't want to, you just want to keep it like this, you can keep it like this. Like that, bring these all the way back. Even for the top piece, it doesn't have to be this way, you know, you can change it. Let's bring this back here, and then this one over here as well. I'm gonna need to get my dark oak and bring it across. Let's see, there's so much you could add to this though, that's the thing, you can get really creative with it. I'll just put this there. This is what I mean, you can kind of blend it in like that, so it comes all the way back. Bringing it all the way, you can even have it into there, you know. Bring that back there, and it looks like it's blending in. You could have like a piece here that goes all the way through, that's joined onto your little bit there. That there. That there, bring that in there, you know, just something like that, you know, and then you can start to add little bits of your birch like you did with the other bits. You could have it just all plain. You could clear all this space out, or you could have it so it looks like it's part of the place. You can have like a plain wall here that nobody will see, this here, have your window up high there. Fill all this in. You could have a window here. If you don't want the window there, you'd have to put the window there. Something like this. Nice and clean, plain slate. And then you can look at it and go, right, I want a window there. No, I want a window at the top there. And a bigger window here. I want like this bit here and this bit here. Something poking out the edge like that, you know. Fill some windows in, and then if you wanted to do something where you didn't like that dirt sort of look, you could then use some trapdoors. I'll just change the time. Like that. You know? Can always do this, add to it. And then just get your things coming around here. Like that, you know, keeping it nice and messy. You want this going across here maybe, and then just get some plain glass in there. You can obviously do all the inside however you'd like, but you kind of get the gist of it. Super easy. If you don't like bits, maybe that's too much, just take it away. Simple as that. And obviously with this technique you should be able to get something quite nice from it eventually. It's not always going to be perfect, you're not always going to get some good bits. I mean, you can even use the tree where you take out bits of the tree, so you'd hollow it out. So say that you hollowed out all this bit, and then you could use this as usable space within the tree and put all your stuff and kind of have walkways that go down and join onto other bits. Like you can get into the roof here and have like a walkway going up, your stairway going up into different bits. And then what you can do then is just put like little things here within the tree. Use the tree as kind of like, you know. So hopefully you got something from this at the very least. Make sure you slap that like button if you got anything from it. Really does help the channel grow. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, hopefully you got something from this. Hopefully it wasn't too strange. If you don't like bits, you just like this. Right, I don't like that bit, so I'm going to remove it. So it's very hard to do this block for block. Well, this pretty much is a block for block. It's just the leaves and stuff. So don't be telling me in the comments to do a block for block after this, because this is the best tutorial that you can do for this sort of style. But obviously everyone's going to be different. You're going to do things differently. You're going to have a different mind, a different way of looking at things. But yeah, I think around here you can kind of like scatter it around, put some mushrooms underneath there. Obviously I've got that underground base, so if you want to check out that, I did a speed version of that. So yeah, you can check that out. But I think something like that, if someone came across it, it'd be like, oh, what a strange tree. Obviously you can add different buildings poking out of it in different places. And yeah, so like buildings like that, you could have them all over the place and you can really make it look good. So yeah, I think even like little huts and stuff, you don't have just like the simplest thing, just like people wouldn't think anything of it. Just, oh, I'm going to put like a little box here with a little roof on, just coming out here, and maybe you could have like little support beams supporting it. It's coming out here, so you got those little support beams there. You could have another little box here. Even this box could go over here, you know, in different areas. Would have some windows from it. You don't have to put a window on it. Maybe you want your windows down here. It's super simple. Let's bring this all the way across. Add it there, you know. You can fill it in plain, and then you can see what it looks like and be like, right, I think what I could add to this is if I put windows all the way across here, and then I've got like a little side piece there, and then, all right, I'm going to take a roof here off at this point, and then this roof doesn't go as far, so I don't have to do it as far. I just leave the bushes there. So I'd go something like this, you know, like that. Keep blending it into the tree, so even on the inside you have got trees. And then here, the bush is there, so I'm going to go like that, so it kind of gives the image of the rest of the roof is within the tree. And then what I usually do is put stairs underneath each one. It just kind of makes the roof look a little bit better, I feel. But on top here, you could just do something like this if you don't want to mess around with slabs and stairs, because obviously you can't place things on. You can do that. Or because this is a double roof, you could get the two together. Just bring them in as far as you want. Bring it in there, like that. Obviously you can work on the inside however you like. You can do 2 roofs, 3 roofs. You can have these roofs scattered all over the place, and it will really look quite good, I hope. I should hope. And then stuff for like this, even round here, you know, you could just have like this going round here as like a little trim. So it's trimmed to there, it's joined onto that. Even across here if you wanted like little bits here, maybe you just want them over each window, so you can change it about. Something like that, that looks quite nice. Bring something like this and then this across, which means you can shut those, so you've got those up there. Maybe you want a window up here, maybe a 2 window there, you know. And then obviously just use your glass and stuff. If you don't like those, place it, put some glass there instead. If you want some logs coming up the side of it, put some logs there. So you can adapt it, you can kind of do your own thing, but hopefully it's a good template that you can use. And yeah, I'd probably do something like this, so these look kind of like they're supporting it, holding it up in a way. But you've got that, you've got different things. You could even have little smaller ones coming down from there. You've got your little watch out tower. You could clear out a bit more space, so you've got your watch out tower, so people can see it a bit better. But like that, what you could even do is, might be a bit strange, but I don't know, I guess you could get away with it, is do something like this. And then it comes down a little bit more, so you've got like a windy path. And then bring it down a bit more. And bring it down a bit more. Bring it down a bit more. Bring it down a bit more. And then you can get onto this area. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. If you don't like it, you don't use it. It's simple. It's quite good. Let's see. Let's see if we can save this. So you've got your path, but you can still walk along it without falling off. So you've got a little path here, you know. Little wall sides and stuff to zig around it. What I would do to kind of cover it up a bit. Add your bush. So you can just kind of see it on the top. But you can really make it into a little island of different ideas and plans and stuff. But you've got like a little path there now. You can even have it just uprooted like that. So you've got that zigging around, and you've got like a hidden staircase. You put little slabs there instead of the full blocks, so it just kind of gives it a bit more texture as you're going up. You know, boom, 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 like that. You know, you don't like that one there, get it like that. Mess it about a bit. Some here, some there. Boom, boom, boom. You can easily get up. You've got a nice little ziggy path here. Get some blended in there. There we go. Boom. You could even have a doorway here so you can get into this area and then obviously dig out here. You can go pretty crazy with this one. Have a little staircase coming down from there. You could have like your walls coming up from here to divide it up. There's so many different ways that you can kind of get away with doing. But hopefully you got some inspiration from it. At the very least, I'm going to remove that because I can't seem to get out. And then obviously lighten it up with some torches and stuff. You could have little chimneys coming out, so you could have something like, I don't know, you'd have a double chimney coming out either side here. Bring them down, and a good chimney would be something like this. We'll get some anvils as well, because they usually look quite good. One facing like that way, one facing that way. And then do the same again. Put two anvils on top. Boom. You've got some super chimneys. There's one there, one there, one there, one there. And it's all to do with just keeping adding to your builds, you know, until you feel they look good. That's what it's all about. Being a bit creative, doing things a bit different. Maybe you just want the one chimney just coming up like that. Stick an anvil on. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Do some stuff down here. You could have little cranes. You could even have like little waterfalls coming down from here. So say that you wanted, I don't know, a waterfall coming down here that goes into your secret base that just so happened to go down through here and just lands here. And then you go down into another secret base from that. And then people have to actually walk through your thing, which would be quite funny. So you can get down into your secret base and no one will ever know. Let's get that covered there. So you've got a water droplet coming out of your tree, like that. So you could have them coming down from different areas. Say that you wanted a water block coming down from here, so you could actually get up into your tree, just boom, there. Go back up in your tree. And then just place a water bucket coming down, and people have different ways to get up into your trees, so that's another option. So that'd flow down there and it'd flow through here. Just adds to the build as well. I think it makes it look a little bit more interesting when you've got like things coming off in different corners. Maybe you want one in this corner just coming down from here. I'll just put a water block there and just start digging down. Oh no. Oh no, what am I going to ever do? Just put some holes in it, man. And then for this bit, obviously I put my water blocks in. Stray the water a little bit. You could even turn it into a little well down here, you know. You could do all sorts with it. You could even have them coming down into the ground like that and just have this weird kind of thing on the floor. And people are like, what's that? Oh, I don't know. I might have a look. Oh, what's this? It leads down into my house here. So when you're in your underground base, you've got like different water sources that you can get to and get up into your base. But yeah, definitely check out. I can't even get up there, man. Let me up. But yeah, it definitely makes it look a little bit more interesting when there's stuff like that. As you can see, my trees, I don't know what's happening to it. It's kind of overflowing. I don't know why that's happening. I must have put an extra block on or something. What's happening to my tree? But you get the idea from all this. What's happening there? I wouldn't do that much water. I think that's a bit over the board. But I would check down here so it doesn't flow out from different areas. So I think this is where it was flowing out. Just make sure it's all filled in. Just makes it a little bit easier. But it should flow. Should flow okay. I don't know why it didn't, but there you go. If you want to be extra safe so it doesn't break these, just do that or something. There we go. There we go. Go. That should go all the way down. That should go down there. There we go. Work around the landscape. Even where it's hitting the ground as well. Just simple things like just doing something like this, you know. Just a point of interest that you can add. You can add some like magic mushrooms around here. Well, they're not magic, but you know what I mean. And yeah, hopefully you got something from this at the very least. It's a bit interesting. You can add some vines on there and stuff like that, but it is a bit of a wacky tree. Don't you agree? Let's try and find a good angle now to take a picture for the thumbnail. Boom! How to build an amazing tree house. I don't even know what I'm going to call it. How to build a tree house. That's weird. I don't know. But there you go. You can have like 4 spots coming down from here. You can have another spot coming down from here. You're like, all right, I want something coming down here that lands here. So now I'm just going to fly up in the air. Oh, that'll do. Boom. What's happening? Oh, we've even got like a little waterfall here. That's amazing. It was unintentional, but there you go. You could have like little waterfalls coming down from here as well. That looks alright there. I can live with that one. And then have these up here. Oh, that looks fantastic. But yeah, guys, I hope you got something from it. I'm almost addicted. I shall catch you in the next video. And yeah, peace. Let's do this.